Tonight, the Pirates take the field at PNC Park as the front-runners in the Central Division of the National League, and players like Andrew McCutchen, Lyle Overbay, and Alex Presley have been helping to get it done. Tonight, your first-place Pirates take on the Cincinnati Reds in Game 2 of a 3-game series. Let's take a look at those National League Central Division standings, and all alone at the top for the first time this year, the Pittsburgh Pirates. Hi again, everybody. Along with Bob Walk, I'm Tim Neverett. People watching this behind us a lot lately, the scoreboard. And after last night's 2-0 victory over the Reds, they'll be watching it again tonight. St. Louis taking on the Mets. Arizona still hosting Milwaukee. And Bob, terrific outing last night, but the Pirates have been doing a job against Cincinnati this year.
Yeah, it's really a lot of fun to play the Reds of late. I'll tell you, they have just dominated the stat sheet. But what I always like to look at is pitching, in this case, our starting pitching. You look at those numbers, the 3 complete games and our 6 wins. It has been a domination of the Cincinnati Reds, that's for sure.
It's been a terrific start, 6-1 against Cincinnati. Tonight, James McDonald, who's had success here at PNC Park, gets to go. He hasn't had a decision in his last 4 starts. Maybe tonight's the night.
Well, great ERA in his career here at PNC Park, and I think one of the reasons he's a strikeout fly ball guy, and this ballpark really plays to his strengths.
The Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. Game 2 of this 3-game set coming up from PNC Park. Fans last night excited to get the news that their Buccos are in first place. First pitch right around the corner on Root Sports.
Sponsored by Barrel Automotive. Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. Let's go Bucks.
Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Game 2 between the Reds and the Pirates on tap here at PNC Park. With Bob Walk, I'm Tim Neverett. James McDonald getting set to throw the first pitch of the ball game. The Pirate right-hander will face Drew Stubbs, the center fielder for Cincinnati, to get us going here tonight, as the Pirates try to stay in first place. Just a half game up on both St. Louis and Milwaukee. Strike one.
And we need James to have a good one tonight. He likes pitching this ballpark, as we mentioned in the open. Real good numbers here. Has a pretty good comfort level.
Pitch just inside to Stubbs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stubbs 256. That's the average for him. Didn't get a hit last night. Was 0 for 2 with a walk. And he'll start his night with a fly ball to Garrett Jones. There's one down. Let's take a look at Dusty Baker's lineup. We just saw Stubbs. The rookie Zach Cozart. He's got a 7-game hitting streak to start his major league career. Last year's National League MVP Joey Votto and Phillips. Cairo Heisey in the lineup tonight. Lewis back in left. Hannigan behind the plate. Mike Leake doing the pitching, batting 9, facing James McDonald. And Dusty Baker giving Jay Bruce and Scott Rowland a rest tonight. Rowland also not in the lineup last night. Here is Cozart. Started his night last night with a base hit to left. Check swing, foul ball.
Well, you kind of like the way McDonald's starting this game out, really being aggressive with the fastball. I don't think we've seen an off-speed pitch yet. He's going right at the strike zone. 5 pitches, 4 of them for strikes.
0-2 pitch. That was 1 and 2.
Good spot for that 0-2. Kind of messing up and in.
And he got him.
Doubled up inside.
Strikeout number 1 for J-Mac.
Take a look at the strike zone, brought to you by Range Resources. You see up and in, definitely doubled up. You see the number 3, well, the 4 followed right that same spot. He kept pounding up there, and as a hitter, you see multiple pitches up there in that same spot. You fall behind 2 strikes. You keep thinking, okay, and now he's coming with a breaking ball. Now it is, and you get the fastball thrown by you when they double and triple up inside. That's what J-Mac did.
And he starts off Votto with a strike.
Another fastball, wasn't it?
Yes. He started each of the 3 hitters in the top of the first off with a strike. Going to hit 0-2 on the first 2 hitters. Let's see what happens here. 1-1 to Votto. Votto had 1 of the 3 Cincinnati hits last night. One pitch. And it backs Votto out of there. 2-1.
Far enough. Go get him now. No 3-ball counts. Just like the first 2 guys. Be aggressive.
Strike on the corner. 2-2. This
ball looked like it might have just a little bit of a tail on it too. Kind of brought it back in over that inside corner.
Votto struck out last night at the hands of rookie left-hander Tony Watson. 2-2 from McDonald. Off speed. Got him. Strike 3. Reds go in order, and James McDonald strikes out 2 of the 3 Reds hitters to start the ball game. half of the first inning. In the bottom of the first, Brent Hurdle sends out his lineup, brought to you by Toyota. Presley Harrison on the 2 spot. Neil Walker has a 12-game hitting streak going. McCutchen, Jones back out there tonight in right field. Brandon Wood playing shortstop. Michael McHenry batting 8th. James McDonald batting 9th. And facing the young right-hander, 23-year-old Mike Leake.
Yeah, Leake doing all right. Not quite as well as he did in his first season, where he looked like a phenom, but still putting up some respectable numbers. At ERA mid-4s.
Went directly from college at Arizona State to the major leagues last year. Didn't see any time in the minor leagues until this season.
And didn't see much this year.
1 ball, 1 strike to Alex Presley.
Was just went down for 1 start.
That was his first time outside of a big league uniform. So unusual to see that, but Leake has uncanny athletic ability. To the right side to Votto. He'll handle it for out number 1. 1 down for the Pirates in the first.
See the strike zone presented by Range Resources. The ball hit a good spot down, got a ground ball with it. That's what Leake's all about. Even though he's a young phenom guy right to the big leagues from college, he's still not going to pop your eyes out with his stuff. He has to pitch. See right there, a little fastball, 88. And nothing is going to be real overpowering.
Harrison to right field and a base hit. And Jay gets aboard here in the bottom of the first.
And Harrison just going with the pitch. You can see outside corner. Look at that. The ball got real deep in the strike zone. It was right over the top of the plate when he made contact. That's what you have to do when that ball's away.
Josh Harrison, a base hit, so 1 on and 1 out for the Pirates. Neil Walker, switch hitter, batting left-handed. Inside for a ball. Neil, another multi-hit effort last night.
Starting to hit the left-handers also.
Yeah, again.
Hit, 3 hits off lefties and last handful of at-bats.
Hitting right-handers at a 291 clip, and has raised his average against lefties to 243 after last night's multi-hit effort against Dontrell Willis.
Yeah, he was in the low 200s with that left-handed batting average for a while, like in the 210 area.
1-0 pitch coming to Neil Walker. Strike call. 1 ball, 1 strike to Neil. Over his 12-game hitting streak, 23 out of 50. That's a .460 average. Nick Leva, the third base coach, relaying some signs here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Throw to first, and Harrison is back.
And for a long time, it was McCutchen Walker. They've flipped them, and Walker is hitting third. And about that same time is when he really started coming out of that slump he was in. He likes the 3 spot right now.
It's been good for him, no question about that. For his last 11 games, he has had multi-hit efforts in 7 of them. Andrew McCutchen on deck. 2-1 to Walker.
Good pitch to run on.
Leake has a pretty good move to first. He holds runners fairly well for a right-handed pitcher. Harrison has some speed, held on by Votto. Go to first, and Harrison gets back.
Decent lead.
Harrison starting at third base tonight. Brandon Wood at shortstop. Talked to Chase Darno today. He says his neck is okay after jamming his head into the knee of Miguel Cairo at third base last night. Walker, this one tailing away from the center fielder Stubbs. Stubbs still running. He won't get it. And that one bounces into the bullpen.
Bad break. I thought for sure that'd stay in there because the wall is so high in front of the bullpen, the fence. Somehow that ball climbed right over the top of that chain link part of the fence.
Walker extends his hitting streak to 13 straight in the meantime.
He got it done early again. That ball was low enough to be out of the strike zone. How did that ball? I think he might have even been thinking 3 with his reaction.
He was thinking 3 and 63.
Harrison knew it wasn't going to be caught. He was well around second base by the time that ball hit the track.
So here is Andrew McCutchen against Mike Leake. 1 out, 2 on. Takes ball 1. Andrew made an appearance today over at Peabody High School. Summer Dreamers program there. Gave a great talk to the kids. Talked about his upbringing in Fort Meade, Florida, and how he didn't have a lot, but his folks instilled some great qualities in him. Made good choices in his life and told the kids, you can be anything you want to be. And then he got up there with the Pirate Parrot on stage and danced.
He's multi-talented.
Plays baseball well. He can also dance pretty well. This will get a run in. And the Pirates on the board as McCutchen drives in run number 58. Harrison scores. It's 1-0 Buccos.
Break on top.
Neil Walker getting this inning going and moving Harrison around the bases. Had the double.
Always important to score first.
PNC achievement. Game hitting streak. It's the 3rd longest. Now he's equaled Buster Posey, who is gone for the year for San Francisco, but his streak ended at 13, trailing Emilio Bonifacio and Dustin Pedroia. PNC achievement for the achiever in you.
Nice to have this extra run here with 2 outs. Be a clutch base hit. Didn't want to wait.
Leake trying to paint the corners, but coloring outside the lines so far early in the game. Jones hasn't been out there the last couple of games. The ball of 2 strikes now to Garrett.
One more run out of this.
The Red starters have allowed 66 runs in the 1st inning. That is tied for 3rd most in the majors with the Houston Astros 66. The Cubs lead the majors in 1st inning runs allowed with 77. Kansas City's next at 71. Almost hit him. 2-2. Dusty Baker has been around probably wondering why all the 1st inning runs. It's one of those things that he's having trouble figuring out. Jones stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
They call that catcher's interference.
Oh, they did. So an error charged on Ryan Hannigan, and that will put Jones at first base. All right, when's the last time you saw 2 consecutive games with a catcher's interference call?
It'd be a while.
Last night there was one on Michael McHenry, and tonight here on Ryan Hannigan.
I'm not sure that one was catcher's interference by the reaction of Garrett Jones. Usually the hitter is the guy that knows, because he felt this bat hit the glove. He had no reaction whatsoever. It was kind of an odd deal.
Lyle Overbay facing Leake. Takes strike 1. Lyle had a tough night at the plate last night. But overall, this month of July, since the 3rd of the month, he's been hitting .341, 14 out of 41. Pair of doubles, a home run, 5 runs batted in. Hitting the ball fairly well lately. Last night, the exception to his efforts recently. 2 on, 2 out. The 0-1 inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, Michael McHenry was called for catcher's interference in the 8th inning last night, putting Brandon Phillips on first base and bringing Jay Bruce to the plate. The tying run came a bit of a white knuckler at that point. I almost said knuckle biter. I meant to say either nail biter or white knuckler, one or the other. But all ended well for the Pirates last night in a 2-0 victory. Win number 50 for Clint Hurdle as the skipper of the Pirates. Ball and 2 strikes to Lyle Overbay. Jones at first and Walker at third. .247 with runners in scoring position. 1-2 pitch coming from Leake. 2-2. The veteran first baseman Lyle Overbay trying to contribute right now. He's got Walker at third base. Walker the ground rule double. Harrison scoring on the ground out to short by Andrew McCutchen.
Well, Leake is really slowing things down here now, isn't he? He was working very fast when this inning started, getting it and throwing it. A lot of indecision going on now.
Overbay strikes out. Pirates leave 2. They get 1 on 2 hits. After a full inning, the Pirates lead the Reds 1-0.
You may want to do so. That's what Connor echoes of Sydney, Ohio did. And he actually got a personal visit from Brandon Phillips because he actually tweeted and asked Brandon to take in his baseball game. Now, Brandon was off on that afternoon in Cincinnati, had nothing better to do, so he went out to the ballpark and surprised Connor with a visit for his baseball game. In that game, Connor went 3 for 5. That's pretty cool when you ask and you receive at the same time.
And Phillips doesn't spend much time at the plate, Danny, as he flies out on the first pitch. And maybe he'll have some more time to go to some other games if he doesn't take too much more time at the home plate.
Phillips, sometimes he's kind of a hard guy to figure out. Very flamboyant. Rubs some people wrong, especially if you're wearing a Cardinal uniform, that's for sure. But obviously Made Connor's day, didn't he?
Yeah. That's a great thing for him to do. Really nice. He is an excellent player, though. Gold Glove type of second baseman, all-star performer. Second baseman hitting cleanup in a very good lineup. Miguel Cairo takes up and in ball one. .286 for Cairo, playing third base for the second straight night. Scott Rowland getting a couple of nights off. Dusty Baker trying to rest some of his veterans. He's had Edgar Renteria out of the lineup. He has had Scott Rowland out the last couple of nights, and now tonight Jay Bruce is sitting this one out with Chris Heisey out in right field.
You got to get your bench players in there, get them at bats. It's crucial.
Strike one to Cairo. Good pop on that fastball.
This time of year, July, the hot weather, giving guys days off. Strike zone presented by Range Resources calls that one a strike right at the top.
2-1 fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cairo. There is the veteran Scott Rowland. That was a great pickup toward the end of the 2009 season at the deadline. They got him from Toronto. Cincinnati was well out of it at that point in time, but they certainly knew what they were doing when they picked up Scott Rowland, because he helped them in 2010 win the Central Division. Three balls and 2 strikes. Sun still has not left the back part of center field here at PNC Park this time of night. And the payoff, drilled to center, and the Reds' first hit. 1-out single for Cairo.
Bright hot sun this afternoon also. Fastball. 19 pitches now. I'm pretty sure 18 of them have been fastballs. I don't think I saw the one off speed pitch, the strikeout pitch to Votto. Curveball, and then that's been it. He's really been using that number 1.
Right fielder Chris Heisey. We've seen so far in this series Charlie Morton last night and James McDonald tonight. When the Pirates pitchers are pitching inside, they are coming way inside. Morton hitting 2 batters in last night's game. And
Charlie's got the movement where the ball just takes off when he goes in there. He's got to be very careful when he tries to go inside. He might be aiming for a couple of inches and get it in there about a foot.
Charlie talking to Ruin Valencia, the rehab coordinator, who's back from Florida. He'd been down there a long time. That means that some players are going to start following him back here to Pittsburgh. There's a breaking ball, falls in for a strike to Heisey. Ball and end of strike to the Reds right fielder. Pirates middle infielders playing up the middle, looking for 2. 1 down. Pirates a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second. That one just a little bit up. Reds start the night 2 games under 500 at 47 and 49, 4.5 back of the division leading Pirates. They have not won back-to-back games since the 13th, 14th, and 15th of June. Ground ball to second. Walker charging. Flips to Wood for 1. Back to first. Safe at first is Heisey. Looked like the makings of an inning-ending double play.
It sure did. It looked like he got a bad break kind of coming out of the box, because that ball was in on his hands. So it was slow to come away, but boy, was he fast across the bag.
See, he got there just ahead of the throw. So
very good call.
Call by Dan Bellino, first base umpire. Two-down runner at first for Cincinnati. Gorman, the crew chief. Bellino at first, Conroy at second, and Randazzo back at third. Lewis has been around a little bit. Current stop in Cincinnati, hitting .258. One-zero pitch to him. Popped it up, foul ground, and that'll go back and out of play. Fred Lewis was born in the same town that Paul Maholm lives in, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Played in the big leagues with San Francisco mostly. And last year was in 110 games with the Toronto Blue Jays before coming over to Cincinnati this year. For the first, diving back is Heisey.
As we saw on that double play, Heisey's got decent speed. Not really a super base stealer, but somebody you better let him know you're watching him. Keep him flat-footed. Don't let him have a walking lead. With 2 outs, this is kind of the situation he would like to get to second base if you ignore him.
Swing and a miss from Lewis. Count even 2-2.
Change up, wasn't it?
And Lewis was fooled. He knew it right away. Tell by the expression. We'll see what J-Mac comes back with here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Heisey off of first base. He takes off. The pitch misses. No throw from McHenry. Stolen base for Heisey. And a full count now to Lewis. The Reds now with the tying run.
You just
scoring position.
Kind of could feel that Heisey was going to try and take his shot, get himself into scoring position. So it was 2 outs.
And a balk is called on McDonald, and that'll send Heisey down to third.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world, since there is 2 outs, having to go to third base. Not really that much of an advantage for the Reds. Watch McDonald, see what he did. Oh yeah, there's the ball. You got to step off. You saw him move his glove. Watch him move his glove like he's going to go into the stretch and then step off. I think every umpire on the infield called it silence immediately at the same time.
The 3-2 missed, and now 2 men on and 2 out as Fred Lewis takes the base on balls, trots down to first base. First balk of the season called on James McDonald. Ray Searage making a note of that.
When you see those balks where somebody starts to come up in their stretch and then they change their mind, that happens when there's 2 things usually. It happens when there's a runner at second. They're going through a series of signs.
Ryan Hannigan flies this one foul and out of play.
And you're making an assumption, and you think you see what you want, and you start to come up, and then you realize that wasn't it. And the other thing that happens is they'll put down a fastball, and you'll nod yes, that's what you want, but it'll be fastball, and then they'll point in after you've already started your stretch, and you're like, oh no, I want to go away. And that's usually what causes that type of balk there.
McDonald ahead of Hannigan, 0-2.
Now, if he would have continued to bring the glove up and simultaneously stepped off with his back foot, would have been fine. But once he stopped the glove and then stepped off, can't do that.
The 0-2 to Hannigan. Then foul away. When you get caught, does it feel like you get caught with your hand in the cookie jar when you get called for a balk?
Yeah, that one's kind of like a silly one. You're mad at yourself because, it's like there's no reason for it other than you just kind of had a little brain fade there. Now, you're mad if you balk somebody from first to second. Mad about that. Second to third, as long as there's 2 outs, no big deal.
Up in the air to center field, and Andrew McCutcheon opens up the back pocket. And the Reds strand 2 through an inning and a half. Pirates 1, Reds nothing. Chase Darno going to third base on this Neil Walker base hit. Head first slide into third. Beats the throw. Goes right into the left knee of Miguel Cairo. Head first. Left the ball game later after scoring the game's first run, what turned out to be the winning run. With stiffness in the neck. Today, worked on by the training staff. Told me he feels much, much better. And Clint Hurdle just giving him the night off. That's our injury update brought to you by Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So Brandon Wood in there at shortstop. And is ahead 1-0. His first at bat against Mike Leake. One-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Both shortstops made great plays last night. Think of that leaping play that Wood made late in the game after he moved over to shortstop, and then right after the 1 hour and 23-minute rain delay, what turned out in retrospect to literally be a game saver by Chase Darno, snaring that one up the middle by Cairo, and the glove-to-glove flip to Walker to get the force out, final out of that inning.
And that play that he got hurt on was huge. Led to 2 runs. Yeah, the only 2 runs scored all night long.
Good aggressive base running. 2-2 to Wood.
It was aggressive and he was safe,
which makes it good.
But he better not be out there.
That's right. And here it is right here. Great diving stop. And Walker doing a good job with a bit of a stretch there. Jay Bruce not to the bag quickly enough. That certainly deserves some high fives last night. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Wood steps out. So Chase, an observer tonight. Three and 2. I don't know if Chase has been out of the lineup since he was called up for the Boston series. He's playing third base virtually every night, and then Ronnie Cedeno went down and he moved over to shortstop. Didn't miss a beat. Leadoff walk issued to Brandon Wood. Pirates with a man aboard to start the bottom of the second. All the way from Maui.
Pirates used to have their AAA team out in Hawaii.
You were there.
Yeah, it's very convenient to have your AAA team in Hawaii.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Only a 4-day flight to get here. get called up.
I certainly appreciate those folks coming from Hawaii to see the Buccos here at PNC Park.
Long way, other side of the world.
McHenry takes a strike on the corner.
Usually, over there, the Pirate game is over by noon.
Different lifestyle. Now, you had like 2-week homestands, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. And 2-week road trips. Home 2 weeks, on the road 2 weeks.
0-2 to Michael McHenry. Brandon Wood, the runner at first base. League stretch. Now the 0-2. And he struck him out. So down goes McHenry. James McDonald will come to the plate.
Got in the chase a long ways out of the strike zone.
Well, Mike Leake got himself in a little trouble this year on the 18th of April when the Pirates were in Cincinnati, as a matter of fact. He was arrested in downtown Cincinnati and charged with shoplifting. McDonald squares, pulls it back, and then when he got to tell his side of the story, he was charged with taking 6 shirts that totaled less than $60. And his side of the story was he went to bring them back, didn't want to deal with the exchange process, so he took the price tags off and tried to just make the exchange himself in the store. Was caught on video surveillance, and he admitted afterward that he used bad judgment, but that's all it was. He wasn't trying to steal or deceive anybody in terms of that. There's a strike. He has been on record as saying he'll do anything he can to make up for it. But
he was returning the shirts?
He was returning them. Well, that's a pretty close one there. Call the strike.
J Mac. Huh? Really? See how high my knees are?
Well, that is strike 2. Leva going through his signs, third base. J-Mac's got him. Wood off for first base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And right back to Leake. The second for 1, back to first, double play. That's the risk you take in that situation. J-Mac hits into 2. 1-0 Pirates after 2. Subscribe to MLB.tv today. See every Pirates game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit Pirates.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Good sign, huh?
Very good. I like that sign.
Anybody watching us right now on MLB.tv is watching on Root Sports.
Remember, though, there's 2 pennant notches en route, not just one.
That's right. There's one in the letter T also.
That's right. Can't forget that.
That was the Andrew McCutchen jersey. You saw the one guy wearing there, the black jersey with the yellow outline of the face and beard of Andrew McCutchen. I saw Kutch wearing that same shirt the other day. I'm not kidding. I was in the clubhouse, walked by him, said hi, Kutch, and was wondering what shirt they were. This was in Houston. He was wearing his own shirt. Mike Leake takes high.
You had a shirt, you'd wear it, wouldn't you?
You know, I don't know. I've not. Yeah, see, there it is again.
Yeah.
He was out doing something for Pitt today. A number of players and manager Clint Hurdle were taping their touchdown messages for the big screen for Pitt for football season. Well, Mike Leake leads off with a single.
Oh, yeah, very nice. Yeah, we got a couple more innings yet before we can put it to the top. We'll raise it.
Drew Stubbs back to the top of the order for Cincinnati. And he will take a strike. Now you saw Leake get a base hit. Not really a surprise. This guy just 2 years ago, when he wasn't pitching at Arizona State, where he went 16-1, by the way, his last season there, he was a designated hitter. Strike 2 to Stubbs. Stubbs is the leader in strikeouts with 125 in the National League. So he is apt to
not a stat
out.
You really see a whole lot. Occasionally you do, but not a stat you see very often in a leadoff hitter.
No,
you like leadoff hitters to be contact type guys.
That is strikeout number 126.
You see cleanup hitters, big home run guys. They usually are the ones that rack up the strikeouts. 94-mile-an-hour fastball right on the corner. Real late in that swing.
Stubbs has now struck out more than anybody else in baseball. In the American League, the White Sox, Adam Dunn has struck out 124 times going into tonight's action. Ground ball to second. Walker's got it. Flips out to short for one. Back to first, too late. Zach Kozar runs well and then reaches on a fielder's choice. Second time Pirates have been in this situation defensively.
But Wood got nothing on his throw that time. He must not have had very good grip on it. It took forever to get to first base once he let go of it. Don't think he had a good grip on the baseball that time.
And the way that Wood played the bag, that was more like an area code play than a neighborhood play.
Yeah, the first time he was way off also. But they'll usually give you that.
Yeah, he was in the same hemisphere as second base, so he called the force out.
As long as it's not the throw being wide that takes you off the bag, I think the umpires will allow you to protect yourself from the runner. But if the throw is bad and that's what takes you off, takes you one way or the other to where you can't stay in contact with the bag, they're not going to let you get away with that.
Ball and a strike to Joey Votto. Last year's National League Most Valuable Player and a very deserving recipient of that award last season. And right now, one of the top hitters in the National League again at 323. Todd Helton of the Rockies jumped in front of him. He hasn't played yet. He tied him with a 324 average after their effort last night in Colorado. against Atlanta. But since Votto went down on strikes, he has dropped below Helton for third in the league. Jose Reyes leads the league of the Mets. Tapper to the right side. Overbay will handle it. Will step on first. And that is that for Cincinnati in the top half of the third inning. Buccos with a 1-0 lead.
We're going to make your day. Let's go, Bucks.
Our day automotive key matchup of the day. Alex Presley, his right-handed hitters. His numbers over the last week, last 7 games, 387. His right-handers hitting nearly 400. An on-base percentage of just about 470. Pretty good. Day automotive, we're going to make your day. So Mike Leake takes the hill, facing the top of the Pirates order in the bottom of the third inning. 1-0 Buccos. Pitch outside to Presley. You know, talking about Leake at Arizona State, his coach Pat Murphy said that he was such a good player that if he didn't use him as a pitcher, he would have been the team's best defensive third baseman or shortstop. He would have been a regular position player. And in high school, one of those guys who played baseball, soccer, basketball, and was a kicker and defensive back on the football team. Right at Cozart, and Presley is gone.
Well, that would have been a nice way to start the inning. Just a little higher over his head. Presley just going to go with this pitch. Trying to hit that line drive over to the left field. Well defended. Cozart standing right there.
Josh Harrison is 1 for 1. He has scored the game's lone run so far. What's nice about a guy like Harrison and a guy like Darno, the guys who have replaced players who are on the disabled list, is that they have not seemed overmatched or overwhelmed at all here in the big leagues. Darno did have a 4 strikeout game, an 0 for 6 game in Houston, but other than that one effort, everybody's got a bad day at the office in baseball every now and then, but they really have not looked overmatched at all.
One thing you keep thinking about, though, about corner infield spots, those are supposed to be RBI production areas. Places where you want somebody with some power to hit some home runs. And one guy in the organization that certainly has the talent to do that is Pedro Alvarez. When will he be back?
He had a great night last night in AAA, going 3 for 4 with another home run. To the left side, Cairo's got it. Throws out Harrison. 2 down in the third.
I think that's probably one of the very biggest questions around Pittsburgh right now. Talk to fans is what's going to happen when these guys come off the DL. Not necessarily, who's going to stay, who's going to go, but who's going to play, who's going to be out there on the field.
Tough decisions.
They always work themselves out, though.
But for a change, these are very good problems to have if you have to have those kind of problems. Neil Walker takes inside. Here's something that's been going on with Neil Walker. Walker with a base hit double here in the first inning, extended his hitting streak to 13 games, but he now has had 7 straight plate appearances in the first inning when he's come up with a hit.
Doesn't want any drama.
That's got to be some sort of oddity.
Doesn't want any drama. Get it over with.
Sort of, I don't know if milestone's the right word, but some sort of nugget waiting to happen. 1-2 now to Walker.
So the Cincinnati starters have been giving up so many runs early. They want to get it over with. Get done that first inning and settle in. Dusty Baker, he's managing for a long time now. Saw where he's getting up there pretty good on the all-time wins list. Is it mid-20s?
22.
20. Oh.
Yep. 1,452. Next on the list, Earl Weaver at 1,480 wins. 2-2 to Walker. Of course, Giants, Cubs, and Reds. 52% of the time he's been a winner. Held up on that, and that fills up the count at 3-2. Now the next 2 guys on the list are in the Hall of Fame. 3 of the next 4 are in the Hall of Fame. Earl Weaver, of course, 21. Clark Griffith, Hall of Famer, 20. Jim Leyland, 19. Still active with the Tigers. And Dick Williams in the Hall of Fame, who just passed away.
How about that T-shirt? You gotta like that, huh?
Stone Kid. Yep. Everybody's got a nickname for Neil. All kinds of them out there. He answers to Neil and to Walker. Tough to walk when you just drill the ball off your foot.
That one not feeling too good. Breaking ball down and in, and he brought it right down on his shin. Oh. See the look on his face?
Oh, yeah, right in the bad spot. Three and 2 to Walker. Mike Leake getting his sign from Ryan Hannigan, and the payoff pitch to Neal. To the left side, backhanded by Cozart. Will throw him out. So 3 up and 3 down for the Pirates. We're heading to the 4th inning at PNC Park.
And the reach-in foul on White. her first, team's second in this quarter. Danielle McCray getting ready to report back in for Connecticut. And she replaces Tan White. White a couple of points and 5 minutes off of the bench. And now the inbound for Montgomery. Green on her.
Keep her there.
Here's Carson on the sideline. 8 to shoot. Takes to the foul line and fires. In and out. Rebound tipped around. Who to touch? Last touch by the Liberty goes back to New York. Back to Connecticut, I should say, with 7:41 remaining. We're in the first half. New York leading Connecticut 22-21 as McCray brings it up and leaves for Montgomery. Says Jones. Montgomery working on Mitchell. Steps back a little bit. Now toward the baseline. Whips the pass into the corner where McCray hits the three. And the Sun are on top by 2. And Danielle McCray, who had 6 3-pointers on Sunday, has her first of this game here tonight.
Visit your local Toyota dealer for details. And by AT&T. Let's go Bucks.
Nice warm night here at PNC Park with Dan Potash and Bob Walk. I'm Tim Neverett. Glad you are watching Buccos baseball with us. Brandon Phillips, second baseman for the Reds. 0 for 1 will lead off against James McDonald. Top half of the 4th inning. Phillips, Cairo, and Heisey, the scheduled hitters. One up and in. Ball 1 to Phillips. Brandon Phillips looking out at McDonald. Now the 1-0 pitch. Took it for a ball inside. 2-0. So far, so good for McDonald. He has struck out 3 through the first 3 innings, including 2 of the first 3 hitters in the first. Each team with 2 hits. And a bouncer toward the middle. Fielded cleanly by Brandon Wood. One gone for the Reds in the 4th. Take a look at our AT&T Mobility trivia question tonight. The question is, prior to Joey Votto, who was the last player to hit 10 doubles in a 5-game span? That is hard to do. Now, it's not the last Reds player.
Any player, huh?
Any player. Could be a Pirate. Could be a Red. Could be
any player.
I don't think it's happened for a while, though. Trying to rack my brain figuring out who that could be, and nothing stands out in recent memory. Look back in 2009, the September that he had. An obvious choice for Player of the Week that week. Cairo shoots this one foul down the line. 0-2. And last summer was fun to watch Votto competing with Albert Pujols of the Cardinals and Carlos Gonzalez of the Rockies for the Triple Crown. Those 3 had the type of numbers that could have got you there. One day, one would be leading in average, another would be leading in home runs, another would be leading in RBIs, and rarely were all 3 categories belonging to one guy. Strikeout number 4 for Cairo. Down quickly in the 4th.
A really fine hook. Just a 3-pitch strikeout. McDonald's doing a good job keeping his pitch count in decent shape. That's been a problem with him this year. That curveball there for strike 3, just his 48th pitch on the night here in the 4th inning. Nothing wrong with that.
And a strike to Heisey. Well, one of his goals in recent days is to pitch deep into a ball game. He's not pitched into the 7th this season.
Pass. He hasn't pitched 7. He's been into the 7th. He hasn't finished 7 innings yet. I think he may have, the way he is, especially the first probably 5 or 6 hitters he faced this afternoon or this evening, was going right after the strike zone. I think he really kind of took to heart that Karsten start. The complete game, 80-some pitches.
Yeah.
There's a look at his pitch total there. It's just 12 in the first inning and a 9, and he's sitting on a 1-2 count here with 9 pitches.
Yeah, his longest outing, 6 2/3 innings, almost made it through 7 on the 19th of May at Cincinnati.
The second one of the season too, I believe, was 6 2/3.
Got a no decision against Colorado on the 10th of April. That's as far as he's gone. The last time he went into the 7th was on the 2nd of July at Washington. Went 6 1/3, got a no decision. In fact, he's had 4 straight outings with a no decision, and prior to that, 2 straight wins. So looking to get back on the winning track. Payoff pitch to Heisey. Strike 3. 2 more strikeouts for James McDonald. 1-0 Pirates.
From heading out to Vincentian Academy this morning for the Pirates Charities Coaches Clinic. The Pittsburgh Passion Girls softball team won the bidding during our auction earlier in June, and the coaches got out and got a chance to meet the girls, and they got a chance to take in tonight's game. And this is Alyssa McKenna, and these are the Passion. Say hello. All right, Alyssa, what kind of training did you get this morning?
We did catching, fielding, outfield, and infield.
What was it like to actually get some tips from Clint Hurdle and his staff, the same guys that are currently managing the first place Pittsburgh Pirates?
Very good.
How has your season gone so far? Have you guys won a lot of games?
We've won several, and we won 1 championship and second in another.
Is there still more baseball to go or softball to go this summer?
Tournament.
Getting to meet some of the players was a lot of fun as well. Who'd you meet?
McCutcheon.
Andrew McCutcheon. That was pretty cool. Did you ask him any questions or get any pointers from him?
No.
You get a chance to play like reporter as well, like I get to do with you, and asking you questions, and you kind of look at me like you're scared. Okay. So you guys just taking in the ball game and relaxing and having fun?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to say "Go Pittsburgh Passion" to the camera? 1, 2, 3.
Go Pittsburgh Passion!
How about let me try it one more since you were so good. How about a "Let's Go Bucks, raise the Jolly Roger"? How about that? Let's go Bucks, raise the Jolly Roger. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go Bucks! Raise the Jolly Roger!
Way too much fun out here. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Dad, thanks. And it was nice of Andrew McCutcheon to work a full count so you could get that whole interview in. Fouls it off down the right field side.
I saw McCutcheon down in front of the dugout with the girls earlier, taking pictures with each one, and they really did have a great time. Great time.
The crew's in the house tonight.
A nice crowd here Tuesday night.
Mike Leake delivering the payoff pitch. And McCutchen right at Brandon Phillips. And in spite of having an RBI and a ground ball out tonight and last night, Andrew McCutchen's been snake bit lately since his triple in Houston Friday.
2 innings in a row. We've started off with a line drive, but got nothing for it. Presley lined out the short. Start the third.
Yeah, Andrew's last hit came in the third inning Friday night.
We need to find some holes out there.
Garrett Jones trying to make some contact here. Takes inside. Pirates have not hit a lot of home runs here. Just 22 home runs at home. 40 on the road.
This is a pretty good pitcher's ballpark. They're not. It's not totally that direction, but you got that big left field. Really takes away a lot of four baggers turn into long outs.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Jones. Pirates take on the Cardinals Friday, 7:05. A free shirt Friday. All fans through the gates get a Pirates t-shirt courtesy of Xfinity from Comcast. On the Federal Street before the game. Enjoy live music and festivities during the Barrel Kia Block Party. For tickets, pirates.com/free shirt Friday. 1-2 to Jones. They're trying to string some hits together here. Matt Diaz got the start in right field the last 2 games as the Pirates have faced left-handers the last 2 games. Hannigan couldn't hang on, and Jones remains alive.
The Pirates have really won because of their stellar pitching this year, but we need to get some runs going. This offense clicking tonight. Fans trying to get a little chant going. Let's go Bucks. Pirates got 2 runs last night, made it stick. You don't want to have to do that every night.
It was the 10th time this season the Pirates have won a game when scoring 3 runs or fewer. Strike 3 called. Leak got him over the outside third of the plate. Jones goes down looking. 2 men are out for the Pirates.
A little breaking ball just brought it in. Looked like might have been off the plate by an inch or 2, but when you have 2 strikes, if you take something that's borderline, occasionally you're going to get called out. It's a chance you take.
Lyle Overbay, strikeout victim in the first inning. Swings and drives it to right field. Back on it is Heise. He'll grab it for the out. 3 up and 3 down in the 4th inning. Head to the 5th. 1-0 Pirates. Question prior to Joey Votto, who was the last player in baseball to hit 10 doubles in a 5-game span? Very poisonous question. The answer was it big poison or little poison? Little poison. Paul Wainer of the Pirates in 1932, the 17th of May to the 22nd of May that year. Lewis lines one to right field, and on the run, Jones makes the catch.
Chop the bat in half. Got another quick out. This is best McDonald has looked in a while. Getting outs, but doing it in a very efficient, easy manner.
55 pitches
in the 5th inning. I mean, this is just great because this has been the problem with him. He can't go real deep in ball games. Can't get past 7 innings. Because usually he's in the 6th inning. He's 100 pitches. He's in the 5th now, and he's only got 55. So looking good.
Hannigan lines it down the left field line, just in fair territory. He'll round first and head to second base with a 1-out double.
Barely fair.
Hannigan's 4th double of the season, and a tying run in scoring position with 1 out.
Able to turn on that fastball, and AGH cam gives us a real good look at where that ball mowed the grass. It looked like took a chunk out.
Replace the divot.
Leake will see if he can help himself out and knock in a run.
Mike Leake 1 for 1 tonight. Single to lead off the 3rd inning. Hannigan off of second base. 1-0 Pirates. Top of the 5th. Ground ball to second. Walker throws out Leake. 2 outs. That'll bring up the top of the order, Drew Stubbs. If you've got a question for us, now's a good time to ask it. Grab your cell phone, text the keyword booth, followed by your name and question to 412-412, and we may answer it on the air later in the game. Remember, message and data rates may apply. That's a fancy one there.
So you got to put booth,
your name,
your question,
your name,
booth, and then your name and then the question.
And then your question.
I'm just barely got emailing done. Figured that out in my mind. And now you drop this tech stuff, and obviously everybody's gone beyond texting now. It's to Twitters and all that stuff.
Is that plural?
But I would like to get the text started. I like that. I think there's a place in the world for texting.
Stubbs behind 0-2. He is 0 for 2. Strikeout victim in the 3rd. The pitch. He went. Strike 3.
Great block by the 4th. Nothing gets by the 4th.
Another strikeout for McDonald, and the Pirates protect the lead. Citi Field in New York. Cardinals half game back to start the night. Milwaukee also half game back. They'll play later at Arizona. The Pirates 50 and 44. Game up in the loss column as well. Here's Brandon Wood. Wood walked his first time up in the second inning. It'll be the bottom third of the order. Wood, McHenry, and McDonald facing Mike Leake in the bottom of the fifth. Ball 1 to Wood. Ball 2 to Wood. Mike Leake, mentioned it earlier, last year at Arizona State, 16-1, had an ERA of 1.71 in the very competitive Pac-10. It's hard to do, not only in a conference like that, but facing guys with the aluminum bat to have an ERA of 1.7. It's nearly unheard of in college baseball. Wood to right center field. Over to get it, Heisey.
Can't find any holes out there to get an inning started. Just 3 innings in a row where off the bat it was looking good.
Wood trying to split the gap here, just couldn't get it done.
Heisey showing fairly decent speed again, closing that gap up. We saw him earlier on the bases, beating out a double play ball and then stealing second later on.
McHenry swinging a miss. He struck out swinging in the second inning. Heisey, Pennsylvanian, born in Lancaster.
I was talking to one of the Reds officials when we were in Cincinnati. They telling me that his opinion was Heisey had the best raw power on the club, which is saying something because they got some guys that can hit the ball over the fence.
Well, yeah, you look at guys like Votto and Jay Bruce, who's in the top 5 in home runs.
They are very high on Heisey's future. I think he's going to be a star.
To third base, Miguel Cairo scoops it up and throws out Michael McHenry. 2 gone for the Pirates in the 5th. And we'll bring up James McDonald. Another nice crowd here tonight. You mentioned it a little while ago, Bob. Tuesday night crowd. PNC Park. Crowds will be getting bigger and bigger. Tomorrow is an afternoon game, a 12:35 start in the series finale. Thursday an off day, and then the Cardinals come in on the weekend. I'm expecting very big crowds this weekend at PNC Park. If you're planning on coming down, make your plans to get down here early.
It's been tough to get tickets on the weekend games.
Standing room only on the rotunda.
Act now.
McDonald to Brandon Phillips. And for the 3rd straight inning, the Pirates are gone in order. Mike Leake has really settled down. Pirates maintaining a 1-0 lead heading to the 6th inning.
recommended mattress in America. Let's go Bucks!
Beautiful and warm night downtown, the Allegheny River. So traffic goes under the Clemente Bridge just outside PNC Park. You can own a piece of the game with the Pirates Authentic Merchandise Collection. Add Andrew McCutchen's game-used bat or Neil Walker's game-used jersey to your personal collection, along with game-used lineup cards, helmets, bases, and more from your favorite Pirates players. To get your authentic Pirates merchandise, visit pirates.com/authentics today. The Empress crowded on deck. All seeking higher ground so they can see into the ballpark. Down to Harrison. Zach Cozart, one pitch, one away. Another quick out for James McDonald.
And he is definitely stole a little page out of Karsten's book. A lot of quick outs, a lot of fastballs. I mean, his ratio of fastballs to off-speed stuff must be way up there.
Now facing Joey Votto. He struck him out in the first, got him to tap out to first base in the third inning, and delivers strike one over the outside part of the plate. One ball and one strike to Votto.
— 66% fastballs.
That is strike two.
That's lower than I would have guessed.
Staying with the fastball there on Votto.
I was going to guess 71%. I've been where you were at, 71.
71 and a half, 72.
Yeah.
I don't know. We should do a poll question.
Well, it was way up there in the beginning of the game, that's for sure. He's throwing 90% fastballs his first time through the lineup. Now he's making some adjustments, mixing some other stuff in. Working a changeup pretty good a couple times tonight.
1-2 to Votto. A little bit up. Another fastball at 94. I mentioned Karstens. He goes tomorrow against Johnny Cueto in the series finale. 2-2 delivery. Got him swinging, foul, tipped it into the glove.
Nice.
Michael McHenry.
Wonder if maybe he got caught guessing just a little bit. Remember that 94 fastball upstairs? Might have thought he's coming back off speed because he just blows this one by. An excellent hitter in Votto. Great job.
That matches his season high. I'm sorry, his season high is 8 strikeouts. He has struck out 7 on 2 occasions, now 3. May 13th at Milwaukee. Also on the 2nd of July against Washington, but his season high of 8 was on the 8th of May against Houston. And no decision. So one more to equal his season high. We'll try it with Brandon Phillips here, the 1-0 pitch. That's 1-1. Pirates scored in the bottom of the first inning. Josh Harrison with a base hit. Neil Walker hit a double to the bullpen wall, but a bit of bad luck because the ball bounced over and into the bullpen for a ground rule double. So Harrison did not score. And McCutchen had to get Harrison in with a ground ball to short. And Walker was stranded on base. But Walker thought he had his 63rd RBI and perhaps even a triple instead of the double.
That depending on what kind of bounce he got, because he put himself in a position to go for 3, for sure. Good curveball. Phillips wouldn't chase it though. Good spot for it.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Long Beach, California. James McDonald, former LA Dodger, came over in the trade the deadline last year, along with Andrew Lambos in the minor leagues, an outfielder, for Octavio Dotel, who is now with Toronto. To third base. Good hop for Harrison. Low throw, dug by Overbay. 3 up, 3 down in the 6th for McDonald. Taking the lead midway through that game over the Cardinals. And the top of the order due up here against Mike Leake. Alex Presley is 0 for 2 tonight. Josh Harrison will bat second. Neil Walker third.
Lined out the short last time. 3 innings in a row. We've started off with a pretty good smack, and it's gone for nothing.
That one might have grazed the outside corner. Called a strike.
Well, Leake has done a great job staying out of the middle of the plate. He is on the edges constantly. Doesn't give you much to hit.
Left-handed hitting Presley with good speed. Has Cairo at third base in on the grass. He's got really quick hands at the plate. One of the first things we noticed when he was called up in September last year after becoming the Pirates minor league player of the year, the bat speed, how quickly the hands get through the hitting zone. Doesn't try to hit home runs, he says. Says he's only trying to hit line drives, and that home runs are line drives that went awry, that were mistakes. Just trying to find a big part of the field. The payoff is fouled off the rain tarp.
Home run is just a line drive that's on a different trajectory. Still a line drive.
Upward plane.
Yeah, it's just got a 45-degree angle.
Is that all?
It's just a line drive, but it's...
You know, I've always wondered.
Yeah.
Glad you cleared that up for me.
Angles. Yeah, they're all line drives.
Well, they're hit well, no question. Three balls, 2 strikes to Alex Presley. And Leake steps off, wants to get it straight with Ryan Hannigan. Mike Leake, who's done a pretty good job. He has had 1, 2, 3 innings, the last 3 straight innings. Settled down nicely after giving up the first run in the first inning.
Well, that little conversation they just had there, they don't want to walk here either. So it's kind of more about how big of a part of the strike zone are we going to try and take here. You don't want to put somebody that can run like Presley on in a game like this, and there they try to just go on the edge like he's been all night long successfully. But Presley had the patience to lay off, so they do get the leadoff walk.
That is the first base runner for the Pirates since Brandon Wood led off the second inning with a walk. So the Pirates are trying to manufacture something here, perhaps. Presley, the leadoff first, held on by Joey Votto. Josh Harrison 1 for 2. Cairo back just a little bit off the grass at third. He is even with the base.
Yeah, he's
off the line some.
Not sure what exactly Harrison might be trying to do here.
Harrison squares, pulls the bat back, and takes. Now we'll see where Cairo lines up at third. Nick Leyva getting the signs relayed from the bench. He becomes the conduit between the manager and the batter. Throw to first again, and Presley back. Presley has 4 stolen bases. Throw to first again. Votto was well off the bag that time, but leaked through anyway.
I think a lot of that, you see the Duchess of the horn you heard in the background. The crowd responded to. Those pickoff throws that sometimes they're just to try and figure out what the hitter's going to do. If you come set, especially with a left-hander, it's really effective with a left-hander. He comes set, and then you go through that leg kick. If you're watching the hitter, he's going to show you if he's bunting or not. AGH can shows Presley getting back through it pretty easily.
Presley goes, throw down is in time to get him.
I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a play by Cozart to be able to pick a ball and then get the tag down at the same time.
You saw Presley take that look halfway down.
I'm wondering with him taking that look, was that supposed to be a hit and run? Sometimes that'll tell you that it was a hit and run instead of a steal. There's a lot of guys on a straight steal, they don't want to lose that half a step that you get looking over your shoulder, so they stay focused on the base. Where a hit and run, you're expecting the ball to be put in play, so you take a few steps and then you look home to see where the ball is going to be hit.
1-2 pitch to Harrison. Pops it up. Tough spot, but Heisey closes on it. And now 2 out in the Pirates' 6th. Sunday, the Pirates host the Cards at 1:35. It's Kids Day. All kids 14 and under get a Jose Talbot replica alternate jersey, courtesy of Chevrolet. #1 Cochran Kids Fun Zone on Federal Street prior to the game. And afterwards, kids get to run the bases thanks to H.K. Anderson Pretzels. Tickets at pirates.com. Good night for ice cream, huh?
That was kind of a promising inning. It was 2 outs, nobody on.
A strike called to Walker.
Just twice tonight we've been in a position to move somebody over and things didn't work out. This time went away from the bunt. Well, actually last time too. McDonald swung away, remember, and hit into a double play. Thought he was bunting.
Presley and Harrison talking it over now. Strike called again on that inside corner. 1-2. Walker with 62 runs batted in. First among all second basemen in the major leagues. Next on that list is the Yankees' Robinson Cano. He's got 59. Home run derby champ, Robinson Cano.
Yankees beat Boston again, didn't they?
They're not playing him now, right?
No, the home run derby.
Oh. Oh, no, they're on the same team that time.
I'm talking about for the individual award.
Oh, you mean over Ortiz?
Yes. Didn't Ortiz a Red Sox?
Yeah.
Yeah. Second place.
Last I checked.
Second place. The Yankee first. What's new?
Who's in first place in the standings right now in the East? The American League, do you know?
No, I never look at the American League.
That would be Boston.
I never look at the American League.
Ahead of New York. The 1-2 pitch is slap foul. Boston is trailing Baltimore right now, by the way, and the Yankees are ahead of Tampa Bay 2-0. New York's home away from home. That's their spring training home, Tampa, Florida.
I only look at leagues where everybody owns a glove.
You're saying they don't own a glove? Sometimes the designated hitters own a glove. They're called batting gloves.
Yeah, that's true. You got me on that one.
One and two to Walker. And he takes strike three. So Mike Leake gets the punch out of Neil Walker. And what started out as a very promising inning with a leadoff walk turns into nothing. Three hits and an error for Cincinnati. One of the tougher things to do is to leave your bat in the dugout and flip that switch and come out and play defense. Neil Walker not happy about being called out on strikes and like the pitch location by Brian Gorman. Chatted with him about it after he was called out. See where the location was. Well, that was a
strike.
Pretty good looking pitch by Leake. Gorman got it right. And it is one of the things guys have to do. You know, it's just human nature. You're angry about something and you go out in the field. Can't take your bat out to the field with you. You just have to separate the game. Offense is one side, defense is the other. And again, flip that switch. And Neil's got the ability to do it. It's just one of those things you learn to do in baseball. Mike Leake.
3-0 count. This is not a good sign. McDonald has been able to stay out of this kind of situations for a while.
And Cairo takes a strike.
They come all the way back.
Just showed you Mike Leake. He hasn't faced more than 3 men in an inning since the first, when the Pirates scored the game's lone run. Timeout is called.
Cairo almost apologetic about that. Well, lead off walk.
A walk, not good.
Nope, that's what we had. Didn't do anything with it. See what they do.
We'd like to welcome Suddenlink cable subscribers from the Charleston, West Virginia area. Thanks for rooting on your Pittsburgh Pirates. All of us at Root Sports and the Pirates appreciate your support. Let's go Bucks. Charleston area, Huntington area. Huntington, home of the Thundering Herd of Marshall. So Heisey with nobody out and a man aboard. Cairo, the leadoff walk. Leake has been able to survive 2 leadoff walks this game. Walked Wood in the second inning. He was part of a double play. And then he walked Presley in the 6th. And Presley was caught stealing. As he reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. Struck out swinging in the 4th. Came in as part of a double switch in last night's game 1. Here's starting in game 2. Looks to bunt. Puts it in fair territory. It'll be a tough play for Harrison. Oh, he's got it. Terrific work by Josh Harrison. 2 nights in a row he's made that play.
Yeah, that was, I think, better than the night before. This was outstanding. He was a couple of steps back behind the bag. He had to come a long ways for that. Wasn't expecting the bunt. Oh, look at that. Beautiful job picking the ball out of the grass. He got it in perfect throwing mode. I mean, the fingers right exactly where he needed them on the baseball. Sometimes you're grabbing that ball out of the grass and you got to throw whatever you get. Sometimes it's even a handful of grass along with the baseball. But well, the AGH camp showed he had both fingers just perfect throwing position.
Fred Lewis takes ball 1.
Heck of a job. Every game I just always get amazed by that AGH camp.
Things you just can't see with the naked eye at real speed.
Yeah, right there. The way he was able to scoop the ball out of the grass and have it immediately in position to throw.
Cairo represents the tying run at second base here in the top of the 7th. Pitch to Lewis. To right field, down the line, hooking foul. Just a loud strike.
That's all.
You okay, Bob?
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that one, if it was going to hook or not. Couldn't tell.
$80 total pitches, 51 for strikes.
Yeah, the pitch count not really an issue right now at all.
1-1 to Lewis. Strike 2.
Good curveball. He's got another 30 pitches to go before it becomes an issue. Let him get up over it. As long as you're getting outs, nowadays it's probably about 110 where they want to get you out of there if you're getting them out. If you're scuffling, then they're looking to get you out a little sooner than that.
1-2 pitch. Foul back. Lewis has walked and lined out to Garrett Jones in right field. And a big hitter right here for James McDonald. Pitching with 1 out in the 7th. And a chopper to the left side. Wood backs up, sets his feet, throws, had a nice pick by Overbay, but the slide beat the throw, and Lewis is in with an infield single.
That chopper looked like Wood backed up on it a little bit, trying to get a better bounce, but that's what cost him. There's the slide. Wow, I don't know.
Well, from that angle, really too close to call. Oh, first and third with one out. And the bullpen scrambling now.
Need a double play. Got to get that ground ball somehow.
Ray Searage will buy some time as he comes out to talk to James McDonald. A 1-0 Pirate lead. Tying runs at third with one gone. He got the ground ball he wanted, but that ground ball just had too much hang time under it. And Lewis called safe at first with a head first slide.
Who's on deck for them? Is it Jay Bruce? Yep.
Left-hander Joe Beimel and right-hander Chris Wiesop getting loose. Both of them heating up quickly. Just a pretty night here. Looking onto the North Shore of the Allegheny River. Inside beautiful PNC Park. Double play is in order here. Ryan Hannigan at the plate could be a candidate. He's only hit into two of them this year, however. And a pitch to Hannigan. There's low ball one. So Hannigan at the plate and the left-handed slugger Jay Bruce on deck. It would appear as though Mike Leake's night would be done, unless, of course, the Pirates could get a double play here and his spot wouldn't come up. Maybe he goes back out. You'd think he would the way he's been pitching.
5-4-3. What do you think?
6-4-3.
I'm going 5.
I'll take 6 just because you took 5.
All right. I'm going 5. Remember last time up, he hit one right down the line. I don't think he's pull happy right now.
And now falling behind is McDonald. Cairo is at third base. Lewis at first. 2-ball, no strike pitch coming to Ryan Hannigan. And now it's 3-0, and James is pitching himself into a little hole here.
Second 3-0 count of the inning. I think there's definitely been a red flag go up now. This is not the way he has pitched the entire game.
That may be all for McDonald. We'll see. Second walk of the inning.
And they just announced Bruce, and that's going to do it.
So James McDonald still has not gotten through the 7th inning this season. 6 1/3 here tonight. He will leave the ball game with a 1-0 lead. He'll leave as the pitcher of record to the good, and he's going to have to rely on the Pirate bullpen to keep Cincinnati off the board. Nice hand. issue with the bases loaded and 1 out. Take a look at the Meadows Racetrack and Casino scoreboard. 2-2 Nats and Astros. Astros traded Jeff Keppinger today to the Giants for prospects.
Keppinger, a good quality hitter, not a lot of power, but definitely a good average guy.
Jay Bruce facing Joe Beimel, and Beimel delivers ball 1. Bruce has faced Beimel 5 times in his career and is 0 for 5. Beimel has struck him out twice.
Like J-Mac, not real happy with the home plate umpire.
He chatted with him on the way off.
He's still chatting with him from the dugout.
Beimel's 1-0. Missed 2-0. Joe comes in out of the bullpen and gets himself behind Jay Bruce in a critical situation in the ballgame. 1 out, bases full of Reds. Cairo is at third base. Fred Lewis at second. Ryan Hannigan walked to load the bases. He's at first. Joe steps off, wants to fix that hole in front of the rubber. Second appearance for Joe since coming off the disabled list. Made his first over the weekend in Houston. Grounder wide at first for strike 1. Well, Cairo represents the game's tying run. And there's Ryan Hannigan over at first base. James McDonald sits in the third. 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, 4 hits. 2-1. Now it's 2-2. So Beimel's come back on Bruce. %60% of inherited runners get stranded by Beimel. He's inherited 3 here.
Can we get the strikeout? Fans making noise.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Bruce strikes out. A clutch strikeout by Joe Beimel. And Bruce is 0 for 6 against Joe, and Joe has struck him out half the time.
I hung this breaking ball a little bit. Well, not a little bit, pretty much hung it, but Bruce could not even make contact with it. Good J-Mac. He was pretty upset about that strike zone, but he's happy now.
So Beimel does his job. Comes in tonight as a situational left-hander, gets the left-hander out. And now Clint Hurdle will turn to Chris Wiesop to try to get the final out of this inning when we return to PNC Park. Great looks earlier from the AGH cam, and big young Pirates fans enjoying this ball game right now. 1-0, top of the 7th, 2 men out, bases full of Cincinnati Reds. James McDonald loaded the bases. Joe Beimel came in, got the big strikeout of Jay Bruce. Now Drew Stubbs up, right-handed hitter, top of the order, who has struck out twice. He's baseball's leader in striking out, and he'll face Chris Risa. Risa has one job, and that is to get out number 3 any way he can this inning. Protect that 1-0 lead.
Great job by Beimel. Fell behind 2-0 and was able to come back, get this strikeout. There's clutch hitting, but there's also some clutch pitching. Certainly was Beimel's case.
Ground ball to the right side. Overbay's got it.
Wow.
And the Reds leave him loaded. How do you like that, J-Mac? Chris Risa and Joe Beimel assisting with the Houdini act.
Yeah, that's what a bullpen's for, right?
A much more relaxing 7th inning stretch coming up.
We can sing with gusto now.
So stand up as we take you out to the ball game here at PNC Park.
Fans, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. We invite you now to stand, follow the bouncing Eaton Park Smiley Cookie, and join everyone watching at home on Root Sports as we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
James McDonald trying to hook himself a victory here tonight, and had some help from the bullpen. One of the bottom of the 7th inning, still 1-0 Pirates. Their solo run in the bottom half of the 1st, standing up. Chris Heisey moves over to left field. Fred Lewis comes out of the game. Jay Bruce stays in the game.
2 good things. We got out of that inning with a 0 still on the scoreboard and no more leak.
That's right. Here's Nick Massive facing McCutchen.
It's always good to get rid of the leak.
Yep.
We weren't having much success when he was out there.
Didn't have to call the plumber to fix this one. Well, McCutchen, who had a great start to July, had a super June, lately has been in a little bit of a doldrum, I guess you'd call it. Has not had a hit since early in Friday's game in Houston. But he has driven in a couple of runs the last 2 nights with ground ball outs, including the 1 run tonight. Drove in the run last night with a ground ball out that turned out to be the game-winning run. And right now he has driven in the crucial run again. Nick Massett out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Right-hander at 6'4" and 238. Delivers outside and low. 3-1 to McCutchen. Massett, former member of the White Sox organization. Acquired by the Reds. A trade for Ken Griffey Jr. Swing and a miss, strike two. That was back in 2008. Came up with the Texas Rangers, but never appeared. Well, no, he did appear 8 games in the big leagues with Texas before going on to Chicago for a couple of seasons. 3-2 pitch.
Pretty good heater. 94, 95.
Well, both teams into the bullpen now. Pirates batting with nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th inning. Looking to extend their lead in game 2 of this 3-game series. Turn around quickly. And game 3 tomorrow, 12:30. Upstairs, ball 4, and McCutchen aboard to start the inning.
Trying to throw a curveball for a strike, came nowhere close. So that's our 3rd leadoff walk tonight. Maybe third time's a charm.
The first 2 resulted in zeros.
And that breaking ball way upstairs. It's only 77 miles an hour, so you get a little extra time to get out of the way of it.
I mentioned it earlier, McCutchen appearing at Peabody High School today in their Summer Dreams program. An auditorium full of kids, and when he got up there, the room lit up. All of those kids looking up to McCutchen. And Garrett Jones takes ball 1. See if he takes off. Jones will take a strike, 1-1. Jones held up on that one. Jose Veras starting to loosen up for the Pirates. Ball and 1 strike to Garrett Jones. Pirates would love to get McCutchen in scoring position here with less than 2 outs. And Jones hits a little number back to the mound. Spinning is Massett. They get McCutchen. Don't get Jones.
That was a heck of a play by Massett. Different score, or maybe earlier in the ball game, probably doesn't even try this. Just gets the sure out at first base, but down by 1. They only have 6 outs left. He's got to go for the lead runner, and he pulled it off.
Zach Cozart, the rookie shortstop, holding his ground there with McCutchen bearing down on it. Garrett Jones will come out of the game now that he has reached base, and Clint Hurl will go for some more speed on the base pass. Xavier Paul will go out and pinch run.
It's kind of a defensive move also. Puts a better defensive outfielder. We got Paul's speed out there. He's definitely the best throwing outfielder we have.
Xavier Paul gets his lead held on by Joey Votto, and Lyle Overbay is 0 for 2. Strikeout swinging in the first and fly out to right in the 4th. It's time. Overbay, who had a hot bat in the Houston series, had to cool off last night quite a bit. There goes Paul. Throw down by Hannigan is in plenty of time to get it.
Absolutely perfect throw with something on it. Wow. Hannigan, just a great job here. Look at that.
Well, he put it right in the glove.
You don't even have to move the glove to make a tag. Just catch it, and it's right there.
Cozart let Paul tag himself out. So 2 men gunned down tonight by Reds catcher Ryan Hannigan.
Those leadoff walks don't do us much good.
Well, leadoff walks have turned into 3 zeros. Nothing.
They are historically, and I mean historically, you go back through baseball, that's the best way to get something going, is you get that leadoff hitter on with a base on balls.
1 to Overbay. Now it's 1-2. Wow, looking to make some contact right now. 1-2 count. 2 outs and the bases now empty. Well, after that first inning, Mike Leake did a tremendous job. Didn't face more than 3 hitters in an inning from the 2nd through the 6th. Inside 2-2. Gave up back-to-back hits, and that was it. Harrison a base hit. Walker a ground rule double that bounced over the center field wall into the Reds bullpen.
Only 2 hits we got all night. Are those 2. Ground rule double was our, to this point, last hit of the game.
Now the 2-2 delivery, and Overbay chops this one foul wide of first. Luis Silverio, first base coach, will let it roll. Jeff Karstens will go tomorrow. Karstens, the reigning National League Player of the Week. 8-4 his record. He'll pitch against the Reds' Johnny Cueto. Cueto 5-3. Charlie Morton on his left got the win last night. There's Kevin Correa, National League All-Star, on the other side of him. Here comes the 2-2 to Lyle Overbay.
It's kind of starter's row down there, isn't it? They sit in that part of the bench, all of them together quite frequently. Starting rotation.
There's 4 of the 5 of them. Payoff pitch. Up to right field, and Overbay has himself a base hit. There's the stroke we saw in Houston.
Well, I got that 3rd hit of the game.
Overbay 1 for 3 tonight. Brandon Wood, the recipient of a leadoff walk in the 2nd inning, and then he flied out to right field in the 5th. Face big Nick Massett here. 2 outs and a man aboard, bottom of the 7th inning.
Outfield not playing very deep. You'd think they'd be a little more concerned with not giving up a double. A little insurance run over at first base and 2 outs. Wood certainly has good gap power.
Well, occasionally he's come up with a big home run. I think the one he hit in Toronto. Hit another one in Houston over the weekend. That was what he was known for. One of the things he was known for while coming up through the minor leagues in the Angels system was his power stroke. Kind of leveled off for him a little bit once you get to the big leagues with the Angels. But it shows up every now and again. He finds himself behind Massett, 0-2. Wood playing shortstop tonight. Chase Darno the night off after jamming his neck, sliding headfirst into third base into the knee of Miguel Cairo last night. Darno was worked on today by the training staff. Told me he was a little worried the way they had him tied up in knots like a pretzel, and they worked him over pretty good and said he feels really well right now. But Clint Hurdle wanting to give him an extra night just to rest, and I'm sure he comes back tomorrow fully healthy. 0-2 inside corner, got him. Strike 3 called. And Wood expressing his displeasure to Brian Gorman, the home plate umpire. Pirates leave a man. And we will head to the 8th inning at PNC Park. 1-0 Buccos. Park. Dan Potash and Bob Walk. I'm Tim Never. Glad you're watching Pirates baseball with us tonight, no matter where you are. Let's take a look at the Barrel Automotive League leaders stat. Look at the Major League Baseball team leaders in holds. The team leaders, the Pirates, with 60. Weissop looking for 61 here. Rockies next at 59. Braves 57 of them. The Nationals and Giants also on the list. Barrel Automotive definitely worth the click at barrel.com. Weissop came in, got the final out on one pitch in the 7th inning when the Reds were threatening with the bases loaded and 1 out. Clint Hurdle lifting James McDonald after 6 1/3 innings. Brought in the left-hander Joe Beimel. Beimel got a strikeout of Bruce. Xavier Paul remains in the game in right field for Garrett Jones.
So would you call this another knuckle biter tonight?
A knuckle biter?
Yeah.
Yeah, a white nailer. White knuckler, nail biter. Although knuckle biter, that might be a new term.
I like it.
Has been biter. Strike called to Zach Cozart. And Cozart hits this one well to left field. Presley on the run. Right by the north side. Notch. He makes the catch.
I like to watch him when he started to slow down. I could start breathing. Now, when this ball is hit off the bat, right now, you're biting your knuckles. But now, watch Presley right there. He started to slow down, and then you do, okay, he's got it. No drifting. He was going hard until he got the beat on it and came to a stop.
Here's Joey Votto. Did he go? Yes, he went, said third base umpire Tony Randazzo. Strike one.
Earlier, we were talking about this ballpark and how the good pitching numbers here. And there's one of the reasons. And that ball in Cincinnati's ballpark, the Great American. How far up in the stands is that?
Yeah.
About 8 rows.
Yeah, that's a friendly park in left field.
Very friendly.
0-1 high and away.
Very friendly to the hitters anyway.
One pitch. That's in the dirt. I want to say hi to Brady Hecht watching us in Bristol, Connecticut tonight, getting ready to go play in his national baseball tournament. Big Reds fan, but watching our telecast instead. Two-1 to Votto. Right by him.
I'm not going to say it, and because I thought it, I'm going to knock on wood here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
2-2. Got him swinging. Votto down on strikes for the third time tonight. Let's check in with Rob King for this game break. Good news from Citi Field. Good news here so far. Top of the 8th inning. 2 men out. Resup able to get the first 2 men. Cozart to fly to left. Votto to strike out. Brandon Phillips. Strike 1 over the first base dugout. Here's a look at the road ahead, sponsored by Nissan. Tomorrow at noon, and then after Thursday off, the Cardinals come in on the weekend. Friday and Saturday 6:30, Sunday 1. And then Monday night on Root Sports at Atlanta against the Braves. Make sure to join us for the pregame at 6:30, followed by the game coverage at 7. 0-1 to Phillips. Strike 2. 93 on the gun for Chris Resup. Phillips just couldn't catch up to that one. You're knocking on wood again, Bob, I noticed.
Well, this time it was for you.
Charging is Wood. He got him.
Worked both times.
Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Bucks up 1-0 at PNC Park. It's electric here tonight. On the Allegheny River, and a great ball game here tonight. 1-0. Pirates lead it going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Text the booth question tonight comes from Tom. Guys, do you think Clint Hurdle has the inside track on Manager of the Year? Season ended today. I think he's probably a shoo-in. There are some other candidates.
Yeah, I believe he's got the inside track, but Freddie Gonzalez in Atlanta, first year taking over for the legend Bobby Cox. That team's playing very well right now, pushing maybe one of the best teams in baseball, the Phillies. So he's going to also get a little bit of a look for that award. But after 105 losses last year, if this team even finishes above 500, I think that Clint's got it nailed down. But if we end up winning this thing, it will be absolutely unanimous. Has to be.
Yeah, be a stone cold lead pipe lock.
Exactly.
Let's hope he gets that. Still a long way to go. 67 games remaining, but Pirates first place here after 94 games. This is game number 95 on the season.
And if you look where we've come from in the last couple of years to where we are today, I mean, that's absolutely huge. And I wish there was some kind of an award you could give a pitching coach too.
And McHenry pops up to Phillips. One away.
Because this really is all about pitching this year. And Ray Searage, phenomenal job. I know that he has gotten quite a few accolades nationally because of the Pirates pitching. He deserves everything he has gotten to this point and more. Are you talking to Brad?
A lot of his success, I think, is based upon his individual relationships with the pitchers. He's not a cookie cutter coach where he's the same regardless of who you are. He adjusts to the pitcher and adjusts to their personality.
Being a pitching coach at this level is way different than, say, A-ball, where you're teaching basics and fundamentals, and up here you're an amateur psychologist most of the time. It's getting their heads right. The teaching you probably have to do is more about recognizing what the hitter's trying to do with his swing, recognizing game situations, recognizing what you're capable of doing in a given moment. And most times pitchers get themselves in trouble because they try to do something that they really shouldn't be.
Joel Hanrahan. Almost his time. One and two to Matt Diaz. And the pitch from Andruset. On ball right side. Phillips there. 2 down. Register to play in the Special Olympics Allegheny County Golf Tournament Monday, August 8th at Cranberry Highlands Golf Course. SOAC provides sports training and competition for individuals with intellectual disabilities. For more information, log on to so-ac.org today. Back to the top of the order. Alex Presley looking for his first hit tonight. 0 for 2 with a walk. He will take strike one. Now behind 0-2. Presley had a pair of hits last night, 2 out of 4 in the ballgame. Didn't score a run. Let's go back to Sunday afternoon's affair in Houston with the Astros. Ended up going 3 out of 6 with 3 runs batted in. He had a big day offensively Sunday. And we have seen what he is capable of doing in a much more meaningful setting than last year when he came up and performed in 19 games as a September call-up. I talked to him in Toronto when he was called up. Said this is a little different now, being called up at the end of June and heading into July, isn't it? He said, yeah, it's a whole different thing now.
His role is way different. And that's a September call up. You're there for the cup of coffee. They're going to take maybe a little look at you, get a couple of starts, come in, play some defense. Now he comes up, he goes into the leadoff spot and plays every night.
Down the right field line, it's on the line and a fair ball. Presley turning first, heading for second. And he will be in with a 2-out double. Alex Presley.
Out of the chalk line. Yeah, I'd say his role is different on this club. A little bit of a hook to it. It's coming toward the foul territory, and you see the powder kick up. Beautiful thing right now. We could sure use one little run here, one little insurance run. Give Hanrahan a little breathing room.
Third baseman Josh Harrison batting with 2 down. He is 1 for 3, and he hits one toward the right field line, and that ball is going to fall foul. Dave Bruce gave it a run, but he ran out of room.
I was watching Harrison go down the line, and I could see him kind of start to slow down a little bit, and I knew then that not going to go foul.
He had the best look at it.
Yeah, he's looking right down there. He could see the ball slicing. He knew it.
Harrison had a base hit in the first inning. He has scored the game's only run. And the Hammer waits. Hammer time is almost here. 0-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike called. 0-2 to Josh Harrison. Harrison at 269 currently. Logan Andrusik looks back at Presley. And time is called. Pirates have hung on to this 1-0 lead since the bottom of the first. Here comes the 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one way low.
Ground ball to an outfielder. That's all we need.
Alex Presley off of second base. His 2-out double put in there. 1-2. Did he go? No, says Dan Bellino.
Good call, Dan. Oh, man, that was close. That was a lot further. I saw it live. Make it count now. Make it count.
Harrison fights it off. He'll have another.
Really staying away from him.
Former Cincinnati Bearcat Josh Harrison. .353 with runners in scoring position. He's got Presley at second. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch. And Harrison a ground ball toward the middle. Kozar gloves. Throws him out. And it is hammer time at PNC Park. Here comes Joel Hanrahan, looking to nail down another save as the Pirates take a 1-0 lead to the Monday, and his number 12 will be retired by the Blue Jays. Giants acquired infielder Jeff Keppinger from the Astros for 2 minor league pitchers. Ryan Theriot, 2-game suspension for the Cardinals and fined for his actions stemming from his ejection in yesterday's game. And Starlin Castro, 2-run home run in the first off Cliff Lee. Cubs lead the Phillies 2-0. Beat them last night. And Joel Hanrahan looking to nail down another save. He's 27 out of 28 in save opportunities.
No room for error tonight. The bottom half of the lineup coming up.
We'll start with number 5, Miguel Cairo, then the 6-hitter Chris Heisey on the 7th spot. So Joel Hanrahan facing Miguel Cairo. Last night Hanrahan came in, got save number 27, facing 3 in the 9th, striking out 1 and getting 2 ground ball outs. Strike 1. How about that? No runs in the last 17 innings against the Pirates. Hanrahan made his first All-Star game appearance. Trying to save it for James McDonald, who's the pitcher of record. Ground ball to Walker. It's a good hop. Down. Oh, floater. Yeah. Over there at first base, but it worked.
Had me biting my knuckles again. Could have threw that one a little firmer. Got to it. Everything looked good, and then all of a sudden a wiffle ball came out.
Take the helium out of that ball. Well, now it's Chris Heisey facing Hanrahan. And he hits one up in the air to center field, fairly deep. McCutchen calling for it. On the track, he's got it. Two down in the 9th. The pinch hitter will be the catcher, Ramon Hernandez, batting in the pitcher's spot here. Pirates an out away from their 51st win.
Well, we got to stand up. We can't be the only 2 people in the ballpark sitting.
You're right. We got to stand up. Hernandez 1 for 4 in his career against Hanrahan. Takes a ball. Two for 4 as a pinch hitter for Cincinnati. Pirates trying to knock down the Reds for the second night in a row. There's the 1-0 delivery. Swung on a line drive to center field and a base hit. So Hernandez now 2 for 5 career against Hanrahan. And 3 for 5 as a pinch hitter for Cincinnati. That puts the tying run aboard with 2 outs.
Pinch runner.
Bronson Arroyo, starting pitcher, will come out and pinch run. Here's Ryan Hannigan. Hannigan had a double in the 5th inning. He walked last time up in the 7th. He was the last man to face James McDonald tonight. Well, McDonald was lifted. Vinyl came in, struck out Bruce. Then Resop came in and got Drew Stubbs to ground out to first on the first pitch. 2 down, top of the 9th, 1-0 Pirates. Hanrahan's first pitch to Hannigan. This is in. It is getting to be knuckle biting time, but Joe Hanrahan can end it. Strike one. 9.
Loosening up a little bit. Yeah, that's right. Get the jollies ready.
Raise the Jolly Roger.
Hopefully that flag will be going up the pole here momentarily. 1-1. And a line drive foul. Parrott with an attempt. Just out of the reach of his wing. So now Cincinnati down to their final strike. Now he's even at 2-2.
He got it way too far out there. I think that slider was going to get him if he hadn't got it so far outside.
Well, he's a fastball slider guy, and just a matter of catching up to the fastball or guessing slider, but he has been so good at deceiving the hitters with both pitches this season. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Hannigan, a base hit. Arroyo stops at second, and now the tying run is in scoring position. The go-ahead run on base, and Jay Bruce, the batter.
Okay, we should sit back down. I'm getting nervous now. I'm biting my knuckles. Went with that fastball, and it just hit a lot of the strike zone.
Well, Hanrahan looking to bear down here with Jay Bruce at the plate. Bruce has hit Hanrahan in the past. He is 3 for 7 against him with 2 home runs.
All right, he's got him out 4 times.
And looking to get him out a 5th time here. Barely missed with that pitch.
Just a little low.
Now the 1-0. And Bruce, a swinging strike. 1-1. Miguel Cairo led off the inning, grounding out to Walker at second base. Heisey flied to center. And Ramon Hernandez, a pinch hit single. Bronson Arroyo running for him. He's at second base after Hannigan's base hit. Here's the 1-1. And a ground ball to Walker. This will do it. And the Pirates take care of business tonight. Joel Hanrahan, his 28th save. James McDonald, his 6th win. The Pirates get win number 51 and win their 20th series of the season.
I tell you what, James McDonald really looked sharp early in this ball game. I would say those first 5 innings he came out, he was pounding the strike zone, very efficient, wasn't going deep into the counts. This is especially early, this is the best we've seen J-Mac in a while. Hopefully he can get on a little bit of a roll now with his pitching. How about that? Couple of shutouts to start this homestand.
2-0 last night, 1-0 here tonight. Bullpen getting it done for the Buccos. McDonald the win, Hanrahan the save. Pirates 1, Cincinnati 0. Excited crowd here at PIT.